Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcoin Guides, bringing you my Splatterhouse Brutal Difficulty No Upgrade run. Today we are doing Phase 11 entitled Devil Made Flesh. This is the final boss of Splatterhouse, and it's not really like anything too crazy for a final boss. And, you know, it's just more like a group attack thing. It's just pretty much a wave after wave fight. And a couple of tips I want to throw out real quick is, for these guys, these Terranoids, I think they're called, the smaller versions, I believe. With them, something I end up doing is I just grab them and kick them, and I kick them to the side, and you can see like it pretty much almost kills them instantly. And the reason why I do that often is because, well, they're annoying as shit, and on top of that, it seems to kind of get like a potential insta kill from them. So, yeah, I would recommend going for kicks. And whenever they start spawning from the corrupted itself, once he starts, you know, moving toward Jen, that's when I'm just going to run out there and just try to go for grabs and go for kicks on them. Because the idea here is not to kill as many enemies as you can. It's instead to keep them at, you know, as far away and at bay at all times. And luckily these guys run faster than the other enemies do, so I can just kind of like grab one, throw them to the other. And then the R1 square move is also pretty nice too, or even R1 triangle. Which again, it's not an upgrade that I purchased. These are not upgrades you purchase. These are abilities that are unlocked that the game gives you. So I'm going to be using them. I have to, you know, say that pretty much every video, just in case, because I feel like in the future, someone's going to come through and they're going to say this is not a true no upgrade run, and they're not going to actually, you know, do a true no upgrade run themselves. They're just going to instead shit on some random YouTuber for some dumbass reason. So. That's typically how it goes. You know, people that get kind of pissy and very, you know, specific about things never tend to actually do the content themselves. They just expect others to do it. Now, I've heard stories about people faking runs and stuff, and I understand that, but I do not fake these runs because that would be kind of dumb and silly. At least that's how I see it. I gain nothing from faking these runs whatsoever, honestly. And now I sound even more sus, too, because now it's like, oh, now he sounds sus. Now it sounds like he's just, you know, haha, he actually probably did upgrade things. And it's like, well, you see my fucking health bar, you see my necro bar, and at the very end of this game, I'm going to show you my upgrade screen. But yeah, so that's probably enough about this, about pretty much just, you know, arguing practically against probably nobody. And yeah, I guess in terms of tips, in terms of like a potential guide or advice I can give you, it's just pretty much grab these guys and kick them across the way. If enemies get too close, go for a splatter smash, or even go into berserk if you need to. Splatter siphon also kind of helps just stun enemies for just a few seconds longer. So if you really need that stun bad, then go for that. Try your best to line up your smash. That's something else I could also mention too. Don't go for slash though. Slash doesn't really do much here. Slash is not going to help you. You need like an AoE type move. Unfortunately, Splatter Smash goes in like one particular direction, so be careful of that. And also, don't forget, Splatter Kills can also kind of help too. Again, I don't think time is stopped. It might be. I feel like there's a chance it might be, but at the very least, you can still get some necro out of it. So I'd say it's not completely not worth it. And then just the basic triple square combo to kind of knock enemies away is also kind of nice too. But if you're going to be knocking away the zombies, the forgotten enemies, do be careful, because if you knock them away, they might try to go for that retaliation attack where they're going to try to attack Jen. But anyway, these moves right here, they may be on the unlock screen, but for those that have actually played the game, then you know for a fact that these are moves that you unlock throughout the game that the game gives you. And again, I took a poll. People said that they didn't mind if I used these types of particular moves for a no upgrade run, because it's still a no upgrade run no matter what, because I didn't upgrade. So yeah, that's how you beat Splatterhouse no upgrade run. I would say fairly easy, not too hard of a game, honestly. I don't think it's really like incredibly too hard, and I kind of figured, you know, for a while that I could do it, and I'm kind of glad that I eventually did it. Now, in terms of other Splatterhouse stuff I may end up doing in the future, that's, who knows? Maybe one day I might do like an advanced guide or something, who knows? It could be a number of things I could end up doing, but yeah, that's it for Splatterhouse. So let's talk about all the things that people like to hear. Starting off, The next guide that would be in line that I want to do would be Chains of Olympus. But before we do that, I'm going to do other things. And before we talk about those other things, I'm going to talk about what I rate this in terms of difficulty. I give this a solid, I'd say, because Splatterhouse, I gave it 3 out of 10. I don't think Splatterhouse is remotely hard. I give this about, I'd say, 4 out of 10. I give it like a 4 out of 10. It's a pretty decent, almost average difficulty challenge, but certainly not the hardest thing you'll ever play, and certainly not the hardest thing I've ever played. So Splatterhouse, even with no upgrades, is still kind of simplistic if you know the jank and stuff. But if you guys want to hear more about that stuff, you can always just check out the older videos I made for this series, and then check that out. But of course, I also did a guide years ago if you want to see a more potentially maybe in-depth guide about it. I don't remember how good or bad I did, but if you want to see more in-depth, with upgrades and stuff, then that's always there. So yeah, 4 out of 10 difficulty. It definitely goes up a point only because of the Berserker guys and just the fact that like having no upgrades kind of just sometimes kind of hurts you, but realistically speaking, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's harder than with upgrades, but it's nowhere near God of War no upgrade levels. It's fairly pretty decent, and I also recommend it as a challenge if you are looking forward to it. Anyway, so before we do Chains of Olympus, there's something I need to talk about, and that's I want to take a hiatus for a bit. I don't know how long it's going to be. I think maybe possibly a month. Maybe. That's kind of what I want to try to shoot for, so that way I can start working on other things. And the reason why I'm doing that is because, like, again, I want to work on other things, and second of all, I get addicted to doing YouTube videos because these things are just like dopamine hits practically. Like once you finish one and then you upload it, it feels good, and it's like, oh yeah, I finally uploaded that one and now I'm done with it. And then when you get done with a guide, it's like, oh, I can do another one. I got to take on another one. I can't wait. These are fun to do. Hardcore is a lot of fun to do, but the thing is, I know myself enough to the point where like I will probably get addicted, and it will demotivate me to do anything else with my life. So I need to take the time to focus on myself and do other things outside of YouTube, and that goes for my main channel as well. As I plan on potentially just taking a break from that. I might upload every once in a while, but don't expect any guides for at least a month, somewhere around there. Maybe a week less, maybe a week more than a month, something around there. I'd say that's what I plan on shooting for. So I was originally going to do Chains of Olympus literally right after, but I think for my own sanity and for my own sake, I need to take a break. So we did a bunch of guides. We did I think God of War 2 all the way up to Splatterhouse within like a couple of months. So I think this is well deserved a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not confirmed yet, but there's a plan that this coming Friday, or this Friday, today is April 30th, it's the last day of April, so this Friday, this coming up Friday, might do a live stream on my other main channel of doing Crash, and I might post something here letting you guys know, but you know how YouTube is, so if you're not subbed to that channel, I'd recommend subbing if you want. You don't have to. If you want to find them, just check out the description below and kind of keep your eyes out for like Friday. I don't know what time. I'd say, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to shoot for like maybe 1, maybe 2 o'clock Central Time, possibly, because I want to go see a movie as early as I can. So who knows? I'll try to keep you guys updated. I'll try to keep up a community post to kind of let people know. But anyway, that's it for Splatterhouse. Brutal difficulty, no upgrade run, and yeah, we did it. I'd say the next thing for Splatterhouse would probably be a no damage run, but don't count on it. Don't count on me doing that. I'll tell you that right now. May it happen in the future? Who knows? Will I ever come back to this? Maybe I might do an advanced guide one day. Maybe there might be more things to talk about, just like a regular guide. So I don't know. Yeah. Take care, everybody.